You ready to go live, Jeremy?
I'm scared.
Oh, I know you're ready.
I'm scared.
I know. Coming to you live with big announcements, breaking news. Happy Sunday Fun Day, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly live stream where we hang out with you live if you're tuning in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we get to read the comments in the live chat. Jeremy usually likes to start the live off
With a what now? Thank you, Rose. You know why Rose sent that? She's like,
Why?
skip the announcements. I just want to hear Jeremy sing. It goes a little something like this, Rose. It's from the heart. Well, I moved into a town with no one around, all to get away from the snow. Put in a 2-inch line, everything was fine, till they tried to steal all my dough. Well, Mary was in town hall, couldn't do math at all, just kept calling the law. You did that too, didn't you, George? And nothing happened until we went to...
I don't want to.
Sending emails to Worm, hoping he'd confirm no one would know all her flaws. Thanks, James. Now Lynette and John, they're running their con, trying to get any money they can. Oh, they got a new con coming that we're going to talk about tonight. Everything around them dies, then she fake cries. They'll end up by a river in a van. There's signs all over town. Now they're taken down. Everybody knows who done it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. They're living in a shed with no permit. Added 2 more to the no permit living in a shed this week.
Bunk beds.
Oh, bunk beds. Bunk beds.
No. Bunk hammocks.
Oh, bunk hammocks. Yeah, bunk hammocks. Yeah. Russ is texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show. We always wanted fame. Now they know our name. In the meetings, always vote no. Now they're all making threats. The fans are taking bets. Who's gonna be the first in jail? Be Mary, Russ, or Don, Lynette or John. Just know it won't be what the Hales. Just know it won't be what the Hales. Just know it won't be what the Hales. Cause we moved into a town with no one around, all to get away from the snow. Put in a 2-inch line, everything was fine, till they started trying to steal all my dough.
Okay, are you okay there?
I've been a little under the weather this week. Been just a tad bit under the weather this week.
Give it up for Jeremy. Jeremy with a J.
It's been a rough week.
It has been a rough last 2 weeks for you. Thank you, everyone, for being here with What the Hales, watching from all over the planet.
The planet. You know, Judge Grudge is watching right now, too.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
everybody say hi to Judge Grudge.
Anywhere on the planet.
Judge D. Biases. You guys can all go ahead and say hi to him, greet him, welcome him here into the chat.
And if he's not watching, he's got others watching for him.
They're always watching me.
All eyes on What the Hales. Speaking of which, just wanted to remind you guys that there are a lot of fake wannabe accounts of What the Hales that try and impersonate and intimidate, or impersonate and replicate.
Okay, can you do another Kate? But up to date, they can't mate and duplicate
And can't duplicate for
Are
sure.
sophisticate.
Also wanted to remind you that we will never contact you guys via DM. We won't ever slide into your DMs.
As a
We
matter of
will
fact, we most
never
likely will never even answer your
we,
DMs because it's more than a one-person job. It's not out of rudeness. It's out of we're only human and there are only so many hours in a single day and it can't humanly possibly be done.
Mhm. So all any type of direct message will always be initiated by the viewers, never by us. So if you ever get a message or a DM from one of those fake wannabe accounts, just ignore them. And then we on our Facebook fan page, we have instructions on how to report any of the faux what the Hales pages
Thank
or
you, Gina. Gina says,
yes, the eyes are everywhere.
they're everywhere. Oh, by the way, we never cover our eyes because we have nothing to hide. That's one of the reasons why you can always see our eyes and why you can't see other people's because they're high. And we're just saying hi, but we don't cover our eyes. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Who
Look
says
deep
we
into my
cover our
eyes, George. Look deep into my eyes. Dang, them eyes are big.
Would you say that watching our videos and tuning in live is a choice?
Absolutely.
Like
Nobody,
an everyday choice?
yeah, nobody can force you to do that. I mean,
Okay. So
I don't,
so
I,
no one
I
no
don't even
one no
log in
one
and watch.
forces people to watch or to
Nobody.
even be a part of our online community, right?
No, nobody does. Why? I don't know where you're going with
I mean,
this.
I guess I'm just trying to think how Judge Thomas's thinks.
Thanks, Wizzy Wheels. Hey, don't try and figure out the biases. He is God and you are not. So,
I mean, I guess this is confirmation that we don't ever make direct contact with our unhinged neighbors.
well, that is true, but they obviously go on to taunt you. I mean,
Oh
that's
my gosh. They certainly cannot help themselves when it comes to making contact with us. They
and
they
then
just
lying about it that they never did it. Oh my goodness. The
and
best.
if it wasn't recorded, we wouldn't have proof because Levy County won't do anything.
So what's the whole hypocritical hypocrisy oxymoron of recording, not recording? Thanks, Max Labs.
Um so the whole hypocrisy of well let's use the example of the last time the protection order was violated by the female unhinged neighbor where she intentionally stopped.
Yes.
She slowed down her vehicle.
Wait, hold a second. You mean she's not paralyzed to her property? She's not a prisoner on her own property. She's not. She actually leaves, even though she's told Judge Thomas's that she never, ever, ever leaves her property.
No, it's all lies. I mean, people
Okay.
see her around town all the time. I see her all the time too.
Okay. I'm just checking. I'm checking. Okay.
And so
So she
taking the
intentionally left
time,
her property, then she intentionally stopped.
yes.
Okay.
So what we showed before, what we didn't show before was her coming down the road, pulls into her property, and then comes back out just to roll down her window and say, "So afraid to me," and communicate with me.
Wait, you're telling me this is the first I'm hearing this. You're telling me she came home and then
Yes.
intentionally came back out
Yes.
just to taunt you.
Yes. Absolutely. And so that's all part of footage that I have for future court hearings. But the whole point of recording is so that you have video evidence, right? It's always for our protection. It's no different than having webcam, just like or dash cam, just like how Levy County somehow has dash cam, but they don't have body cam, right? Why
Are they
why do they
taunting
have
us?
dash cam?
Are they taunting us with their dash cams?
And so the whole point of recording versus not recording, if you don't record, then it becomes hearsay and there's no proof of anything, right?
Correct. So no recording, no proof, nothing to back anything up in court.
Correct. And so we use the perfect example this week where the male unhinged neighbor pulled a firearm, a pew pew, on another male.
Yes.
And there were multiple witnesses, and someone did call law enforcement. They did call
Otter
Levy
Creek
County Sheriff.
residents. Otter Creek residents witnessed this. Otter Creek resident called the local sheriff, and nobody recorded it. And what happened?
Correct. And so when Levy County Sheriff came out, they chose to do nothing to Crook. And I explained this in a video. Do you want to know why they chose to do nothing?
I absolutely want to know why.
Because it wasn't recorded. No one recorded it. And if you remember, we shared the text messages with you guys of her, the crazy female unhinged neighbor, texting Madam Mayor that Crook pulled a pew pew out on Chad.
So we already have the evidence via
Yes.
other text messages from Lynette's own mouth.
Correct.
And
Correct.
Levy County Sheriff still did nothing.
They still did nothing. And even if, and when you were recording, he pulled a pew pew out on you and they still did nothing.
And that was recorded.
Correct? That was recorded. They still did nothing.
So here's the oxymoron or the hypocrisy of it. So George was getting there. So if you don't record, there's no evidence and nothing will happen. If you do record, you're then told you didn't show fear. You're not afraid because you're recording. How stupid, how foolish can law enforcement be in Levy County? So we don't record and something happens to us, then it's hearsay and there's no legal action. We do record, thank you, emergency me. And then Levy County Sheriff then say, we're not afraid. That we are the ones that are doing something wrong because we're recording. How foolish can it be?
It really, really is. And it only takes 2 seconds to break the law. It only takes 2 seconds to violate the law. For example, it takes 2 seconds to roll through a stop sign. And Lynette, it took her 2 seconds to violate the protection order. It took her 2 seconds to pull out of her driveway after she had already came home, roll down her window, and communicate with me. It only took 2 seconds. It also takes 2 seconds. It also takes 2 seconds to run through a red light. So it shouldn't matter whether she was there or she initiated or changed directions of where she was going. It took 2 seconds for her to roll down her window, communicate with me. It doesn't matter what she said. She could have said hello and she would have been violating the protection order. And so I have made complaints that whoever took my complaint needs to be educated. And so they are working on that. And I should be getting a follow-up this upcoming week.
So in other words, what you did is you made a formal complaint about Sergeant Dean and his lack of professionalism, the absolute asinine response and report that he wrote, and case closed, she showed no fear, and the list can go on. And you went to his higher ups who are now reporting to him, or who he reports to, and the formal complaint is in, and you've already gotten feedback that he has been talked to about his report, and his report is garbage and it's being redone, and charges are going to the state attorney in District 5.
Right. So because it is a conflict of interest, everything has to go through a certain state's attorney. And so I don't think he took the proper steps. I don't think he understands what no contact means. Like no contact means no contact.
Stop saying that. I keep telling you, stop saying that. George keeps saying they don't understand. They don't understand. Every single one of them understands what this civil protection order is. Every single one of them intentionally, just like Lynette did, rolling the window down and breaking it, choose to do nothing. They have absolute understanding. They absolutely choose to do nothing about it. This is not ignorance. Don't justify it with ignorance. This is complete and total foolishness where they put our lives in danger on a daily basis.
Yeah. And so it is being challenged. and I've requested it to be challenged, and so I'm waiting to hear back from the higher ups sometime next week. And I will continue to call and challenge it because no contact means no contact.
So what we were told is after we went through issue after issue after issue after issue after issue with Levy County Sheriff Department, that they were going to honor all four corners. We actually have it on camera. They were going to honor all four corners. In other words, I made him clarify, because it was the detective. I made him clarify, what do you mean by all four corners? He went, every word in this civil protection order we are honoring. And you know what they've done so far? Nothing. They have
Nothing.
dismissed everything. Ohio's found Lynette and Crook guilty of everything. And what has Florida done? Nothing. Now, try and convince me that Levy County Sheriff Office isn't corrupt. Now, I know there are good law enforcement officers in there. I know there are. I've met some of them. I've worked with some of them personally. But my goodness, how can so many individuals be within that? And this is what I have to say about that. Leadership breeds leadership. Everything falls from leadership. They choose the culture. Leadership chooses the culture of the organization. And if the leader is going to turn a blind eye, if the leader is going to say, don't enforce that, the leader needs to change, and house needs to be cleaned out, and new leadership needs to come in, and new individuals need to come in who will actually enforce and protect the people.
You know, I was just telling Jeremy last week, I was like, can you imagine if their wives there was contact made by someone that they had a protection and a no contact order, and their wives were getting taunted? You think they would treat it this way, or would they take it serious?
What would Sergeant Dean have done if it was his wife out there, if he was being stalked, if he was being taunted, if he and his wife were being threatened by Crook and Lynette? Would he have written the report just like that and said, obviously, no fear here, case closed? If it was his family, if it was his wife, if it was his daughter, if it was his mom, would he have done that? What a joke. What a complete and total joke. Dude's got to be fired.
Very much. Very much so. Very much so. And so they intentionally, our neighbors, they made that choice. They made the choice to move to Otter Creek. They made the choice to intentionally buy a piece of property directly across the street from our 70 acres because she had hidden agendas. And so that's what, and because we didn't give them what they wanted, we didn't give them donations and publicity for her rescue. That's when everything spiraled, and when she started doing things unlawfully, illegally, and that's what landed the protection order, the no contact order on both of them. I feel like you don't realize how stressful it is until it happens to you. And so never in a million years did we ever imagine we would be coming to Florida, disappearing on 70 acres, hiding from the world because COVID hit the US and we wanted to hide, that it would even lead to this point. And part of her hidden agenda was to have her grandson come work for you, even though y'all never had that discussion.
Yeah, she told her grandson that she was going to have a job and I was going to give him housing and the whole deal. And again, we have all the proof of that and screenshots, and we've actually showed some of that already. But interestingly enough, somebody's there across the street, flicking other people off. And so here's the funny part, okay? Lynette's grandson, Landon, is there. So at one point, Landon actually messaged me, and he was trying to be a mole for Lynette. So Lynette told him to message me. Lynette told him to contact me. Do you get where I'm going with here? Because Lynette's trying to say in court, the Thomasis, that I'm guilty for everybody contacting her. When from the beginning, I've told everybody, don't contact anybody. But Lynette tells her grandson to contact me. He tries to be a mole. And what I tell him is be safe, keep your distance. Those two are unhinged. And then I block him because no grandson should be a part of this. And then he goes online on Facebook later and says, I tried to be a mole. That's how we know that he tried to be a mole, because he posted it. And so, yes, we have all the screenshots of him contacting us. And now he's on the property and flicking people off under that ghetto, which is not a fence, that ghetto, whatever you want to call it.
It's a sheet metal barrier.
The sheet metal death trap. He's flicking people off on camera. This is recorded. So making communication for his grandma, flicking people off. Not that we don't already have Lynette flicking us off in the Walmart parking lot, and she's being held in contempt for that in the July 19th hearing in Ohio as well. So it's going to be town hall, flicking off, and we're not sure if we're going to add this next one with the window down. We think what we're going to do is file another lawsuit for contempt and then bundle it all up for the next round.
Yeah, we want to keep it separate.
So what's your take on Landon now being on the property over there? And apparently permanently, per Lynette's words.
I don't know. It makes you wonder, where are they staying? They don't have a house. She told the deputy that they're capped out and they don't have the money to build, which we already knew. She was tapped out back in 22 before I ever met her. She was tapped out.
She referred to the deputy, or inferred to the deputy, that she couldn't even pay for her next meal. So now Landon is there, and who's the other dude?
I don't know. I don't remember. But she's claiming it's another grandchild.
Which I seriously doubt, because most of the kids won't let any of the kids anywhere near her. But so there's two dudes on the property now. Video footage of them in their bare feet, in all of this filth, in all of this fecal matter. You hear Lynette telling the popo there's fecal matter in post holes, which is funny, because when you think about that, when the local sheriff came out, number one, they didn't find any poop. They found rotten food. And Lynette said that the poop was shoved down in the boundary pin holes. But then she didn't even know where the boundary pins were. So how can you have fecal matter in the boundary pin holes, but then tell the popo, oh, I don't know where the pins are. And then they're digging in the ground in sand, and never once do they talk about poop. But now you've got a grandkid and some other dude out there in their bare feet in the poop. Sick. And but now
isn't this the same woman that kept saying over and over again that she can't have people on the property because it'll kill the child?
Yep, unalive child. Yeah. So can't have anybody on the property, but they're gonna bring Lloyd in. And by the way, in tomorrow's video, I call him Floyd, and I call him Floyd just to give him a little bit of cover up. But we're family here. So here tonight, his name is Lloyd. I throw an F on it in tomorrow's video because you're going to see direct screenshots incriminating Lynette with another mole who's going to be in court, which we are now openly discussing. There are others as well, but you're gonna love what you see tomorrow. That's for sure. But now she's added extra people on the property. But this child could unalive at any moment. You've got salmonella all over, fecal matter all over. It's on people's bare feet now. I mean, it's just, can it get any more disgusting?
How about the sludge water?
The answer is yes, it can get more disgusting.
That sludge water. You feel bad for the animals. But yeah. How about the election fraud?
Talk to me about it. How about it?
How about Rust the Sauce making a complaint about election fraud in Otter Creek?
All right.
I'm pretty sure we figured out who it was that helped him write that.
We did. And
machinations.
I think we're gonna show a little bit because there's more to the story that we haven't shown yet, and this is not the big announcement. Oh, wait! It wasn't Baby Ventures with his 1-year birthday party and his
Today
smash
is
cake.
Baby Adventure's first birthday party. First
That,
birthday.
that's Baby Ventures laughing at Russ the Sus. That's what that is right there. Okay. All right. So let me pull it up here because we do. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. There is another document that we did not show. And as you can see, it is from the desk of Steve Warm, Attorney Warm, to the Florida Election Commission right here.
Thanks, Candace.
So I'm going to read this to you because we're not going to include it in another video to this date that we know of. But Steve Warm, Attorney Warm, actually wrote a follow-up letter that we did not share with you to the Florida Elections Commission, April 8th, 2024. Dear Sir/Madam, I am aware that Russell S. Meeks Sr., formerly a councilman in the town of Otter Creek, has filed a complaint with your office regarding the conduct of the last election there and the propriety of how things were conducted. May I ask if there has been or will be a response to that complaint, an investigation, or other action? Respectfully, Stephen Worm, Esquire.
Esquire. He 100 wrote it, Esquire.
So, Attorney Worm wrote the complaint for Russ the Sus, and the Elections Commission told them both to suck it. That's what it comes down to.
They said it's not fraudulent. It's not a scam. There's no fraud. It's not fraudulent. Again, it was just all based on an opinion. Now, if Russell would have, there was a three-way tie between him, Madam Mayor, and now Mayor Zim. They both had 34, either 34 or 35, 34 votes. Gail had 44. If Russell would have gotten 33 votes, he would have gotten the 1-year term. But for some reason, he thought he had seniority because he was already on the board in the past. And so what confused me the most was if he knows that the residents of Otter Creek have his back and support him, why not just suck it up, do the 1-year term, and then just start the process all over again instead of pouting like a child, walking out, and then now look. He can't run. He could submit a letter of interest, which the letter was posted last week.
Anybody who submits a letter of interest, they have to accept it. So they either vote you in or they say, no, we don't want you.
So let's say Don and Russell are the only two people that put in a letter of interest.
Okay. Let's say that. Don and Russell are the only two that put in a letter. And George and Jeremy and Deanna and Mayor Travis and Jessica and Deborah and Doc and Darlene and Joyce, and we'll go with Ellie and Scott as well, and Rex, and we'll keep going though. Keep going. Okay, so it's just Russ and Don.
Just why a little birdie told me that you may be submitting your letter like you did for the town clerk. So let's say, for example,
is that the big announcement tonight?
Did I slip?
That is not the announcement tonight. We do have some pretty big breaking news here tonight. We're going to get to it.
So let's say, for example, Rust the Sauce and Sweet Old Don are the only two people that submit their letter of interest.
Okay.
The current council.
Hi, Kasha.
Would have to vote yay or nay. And from my understanding, they both can vote. They both can be voted on nay. Like they could say no to both of them, right?
Yeah, they don't have to accept anybody. If they don't get the right person, they don't have to accept somebody. So that seat can sit vacant till the next. Oh, there's Tracy.
She was in Otter Creek yesterday.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Wow.
She signed the guest book. I just found out like an hour later an hour prior to going live.
Crazy George didn't get in till midnight last night. So we were on the phone and I was falling asleep on her and she's like, you can just hang up. I'll listen to music. And I was like, what's wrong? She's like, you're snoring and it's putting me to sleep while I drive. I was like,
yeah, my flight got delayed and then it got delayed again and then they changed the gate up on me and I didn't think I was going to make it.
And then I fly in, 2.5 weeks I fly in? Something like that. I fly in here pretty soon. But that's pretty cool that Tracy was there. So what you're saying is Russ puts in a letter of interest, they vote on it, and they say no. 3-1. Because I'm pretty sure Zim, Carl, and Joe will vote no, and Laura will vote yes. So 3-1, and Russ doesn't get on the board. He has to wait till the next election if he wants back on the council, is what you're telling me.
Yes, which will be April of 2025.
And then you also mentioned Don the Con puts in his letter of interest, which is rather interesting that he's calling my lawyer. We haven't even shared all of that yet, which is huge. That might be the news. That might be the breaking announcement and the breaking news.
What if he contacted your attorney because he's trying to get a hold of me?
Well, I don't doubt that we both know already what he said and what he wanted. So he didn't mention you, but I'm sure he wants a little piece of the pie.
Like, what if he's trying to get a hold of me because he wants to take me up on the offer of helping him write the letter of interest?
Ooh, what do you think Rosemary would say about that? After she was running illegal businesses in town hall, using town's money, resources, what do you think? Do you think Rosemary would be okay with that?
As long as I don't call him babe or baby.
What about Donald? Rosemary calls him Donald. Are you going to call him Donald?
I thought she calls him babe.
Oh, that's baby. Baby!
Didn't she call him babe in one of the emails? Email me back, babe. I want to see if it works.
Yeah. Are you going to call Donald babe or baby? Should I go live and cry about it? Tell lies about people?
Maybe they don't have a working printer.
Oh, well, I don't doubt that's true. I don't think much works over there, including both of them. But, to each their own, right?
Mm.
You think he wants to come to the schoolhouse and use your printer? You think he wants detention in the principal's office? Smart man. Sounds like he's trying to get away from Rosemary. Okay, so the big announcement is not Don the Con's conversation with our lawyer. Although Don the Con did call our lawyer, and that will be a further episode in regards, and we have already shared somewhat with you already, but the conversations are still going on and are still active, and we'll share more with you about that in the future. But Don the Con could literally put in a letter of interest after they denied Russ the Sus and they said 3-1, nope, we don't want you. And Don the Con could put in that, thank you so much, Cal, Sandy, RN. We will get to the mail here shortly. So they could vote on Don the Con, and it could be a 3-1 because we know we've already seen it. We've already seen Zim and Carl and Joe vote no on Don, and Laura vote yes. And so if they're the only two, you mean the town council could just keep going on with 4 people?
Yeah. I mean, they've done it before.
That could happen.
They did it when Laura dropped out. They did it before. That's why it was all screwy with the number of seats and the openings and
you think she'll drop out again?
I don't know. I hope not, because then that'll throw a wrench in the whole thing again.
Well, then you're at 3 people on the board, and they still have to vote somebody on, and those 3 people agree on everything. So I don't think that throws a wrench in it. Actually, that probably makes the meetings even more boring and faster and get in, get out. And
I mean, technically, that's true. They could run with just 3 people.
unfortunately, I could not be at the last meeting in Otter Creek. And part of our big news tonight, our huge announcement, is why I could not be and what's going on in the future here. And we will get to that. We definitely will get to that. So
Yes.
you think that Don the Con, you think Rosemary will actually let Don the Con come hang out with you and play? You guys going to play Legos? Or is he going to cry if you don't play Legos?
I wasn't planning on playing Legos.
Can
What
you
you
see
got
what
there?
they say?
I see Florida and Ohio. OH.
Florida and Ohio, these are both sterling silver.
Nice.
Watch this. Watch this.
Where did those come from?
From Florida, we found them. I've been sorting all the treasure because I got to sell it
Oh,
so I can
okay.
pay legal bills. We're at
Right.
$162,000 so far. I'm sure we're way, way, way over that because we filed our response to the response, and that's probably going to be another 10 to 15 grand right there. I just haven't gotten that bill yet.
That's right. The deadline for the appellate court response to the response was
The response to the response?
Yes, the deadline was June 24th. Remember, she had until June 4th to put in her response. They gave her 20 days from when the request came out to respond and give cause.
To show cause why
To show cause.
legally Thomas should not be removed from this case. And
Mhm.
Silver Scam submits it. What was it? 16 minutes or 18 minutes? Man, I wish she would have timed it
15.
better.
15 minutes. The
We
deadline's
keep saying
11:59.
that. We keep saying that. If he had any brains, he would have done it and planned it immediately. 15 minutes. Like, come on. Let's have
And
a
so
little proactivity and a little fun. 15 minutes.
So do they give her they don't give her side another opportunity to respond, correct?
They will not have another opportunity to respond. So they had their response where Silver Scam said Jeremy delayed this trial for 65 days. We agree with everything Judge Craig Thomas has said. And based on the Aereo case, and I realize I'm saying it wrong. Some of you out there need to realize the sarcasm and the humor.
Ohio.
We say lots of things wrong because we think it's funny or we do it to protect the identity of somebody, such as Don the Con. It's both funny and we protect his actual identity. But I digress. And then he brings up the one actual case that proves bias. Like, he is literally working for me for free. And I love it.
I mean, Lynette does the same thing for our case. She just proves our case every single time.
Well, so does Marlai Huge, so does Shart, so does a whole bunch of people. I mean, that's why Marlai is now working on your legal team, George.
She's on the bench right now. She's just
You
sitting on the bench.
You benched her? Oh, who'd you pull up? Who'd you pull up as your starter?
Nobody. Right now it's untold.
Can't believe you benched Marlai Huge. Or is it because you couldn't get off the bench? Is that what it was?
Could be that too.
I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. I see where you're going there. Wow, what an interesting week.
So now it's a waiting game to hear back from the appellate court. I'm actually surprised that we heard back as quickly as we did because from my understanding, it takes like anywhere from 6 to 8 months to even hear anything.
We heard so quick, and I really feel like we're going to be hearing any moment, any day now.
Why? Because the planet is watching?
Well, the entire planet is watching, and we do have a big announcement tonight, but the entire planet is watching, and they've already made their decision. They have already, when they went to Lynette and shut DeThomasis up and said, shut up, which is not standard. Standard would be the judge would have to reply why he should not be removed. They made Lynette reply why he should not be removed. They already made their decision. He's gone. And not only that, Silver Scam did such a crappy job, which, speaking about crap, that makes me think of the turd sanctuary and all the crap that's there. And fecal matter.
Well, that makes me think of her 911 call for the crap in the steak holes.
Which was the most funniest thing. Oh my goodness. You cannot make this stuff up. Oh my goodness, you can't do it.
Well, the fact that she drug our name into it, we had nothing to do with that border. That has nothing to do with us. They were having issues with that borderline well before I even met her.
They have issues with everybody. So the funniest thing is when she's out there posting online, 98% of the people here love us. But then she's telling the cop, not knowing she's being recorded, they all hate us. They all believe Jeremy and George. This is when she doesn't know anybody is listening or watching. That's when you get reality and truth. And finally, and well, you're going to see a lot of truth tomorrow in screenshots as well. Because she never thought this person was a mole. And there are many others. And so.
Well, from our understanding is that Crook hounded somebody at Walmart to discuss that border well before I ever met her or we ever exposed her.
That's true. Yep, we've heard all that. So remember, we only share what's going on in our lives. We don't share what's going on in the entirety of the town. Now, we might have shared some things that have happened in the town, but we don't go out and go, all right, well, this is the person that has a grievance with Lynette and Crook. This is a person that has a grievance with Lynette and Crook. This is a person that has a grievance with Lynette and Crook. And the reason for those calls and sharing those calls is because it's a platform where all of our evidence and all of our accountability efforts are all in alignment, and then our lawyer will play them straight from YouTube in court, both district, federal, and there's more coming. The cops are there. Keep in mind, in Ohio, when my lawyer asked Crook, all right, isn't it true the cops were there? And Crook goes, which day? They're here every day. They're there every day. They cause a problem for somebody almost daily.
Yeah. Yep, and it goes all the way back from the moment they moved there in 21 and 22 and
when they stalked us there. Here, let me show you something else super cool that I just found tonight before we went live. 1813 British halfpenny trade token.
A halfpenny? What year?
Pure copper. Well, it would be the year that I started with, 1813, pure copper. And then they would take.
Oh, it's covered up. The year is covered up, so I couldn't see. I didn't see that. There
still
it goes.
The same as when I started, 1813, halfpenny trade coat token. Can you? Oh, I lost focus. I'll try and show you the back. Come on. It's so cool. Oh, I gotta flip it. It says trade token. Could you imagine being back in the day using these tokens to trade?
It's pretty cool. We don't have those here in the USNA.
No, we don't even have copper on our pennies anymore. They use that's back in the day when they used copper and silver and gold, and that was your money. It was the precious metals. Now we got nothing.
I found some coins for you in one of the units.
Today?
No. This was last month when I was sorting the last 2 units.
Oh, did you set them aside for when I get there?
Yes, I did.
Nice, because I've got a lot to sort right now. I've been on a streak. I've been on a blessed streak, and there is a lot for me to sort right now. A lot. The one where I got heat exhaustion still hasn't been sorted yet. We'll start working on that tomorrow, Christian and Patience. Funny thing is, with that video, which we did show this week as well, super cool video. And people are like, Jeremy, if you're struggling with heat exhaustion, just load it all up and and do the videos later. They don't understand. I don't know how people don't understand. The heat, the problems I'm having is from loading it up because it's over 100 degrees. So loading it all up at once, I would have passed out, been unconscious, and in the hospital. Doing it a little bit at a time and then resting and drinking water and resting. And then people are like, why aren't you drinking water? We haven't seen you drink any water. Because it's not alive. We don't drink water on a video. It's a natural pre-recorded video.
You're doing it off
camera. And then they're like, why are you wearing a vest? Because it's a thin vest and it protects my body from everything that's falling on me, poking me, cuts, bruises, the whole deal. The vest was no problem whatsoever. That was not a problem. The problem is I've done this so much and I've pushed my body so far that I've gotten heat exhaustion so bad that I'm so prone to it now. And I'm the same way with bronchitis and pneumonia. My bronchitis, a cold for me can immediately turn into bronchitis, and the bronchitis can immediately turn into pneumonia. And once I got it, it's just immediate. I have to go on antibiotics immediately or I'll have pneumonia.
You should definitely always listen to your body and stay hydrated, which you do. You're very good at staying hydrated. We always pack a cooler, always.
Speaking about listening to your body, what was that noise your body was making before we went live? It was a big, loud noise.
I definitely miss the heat wave because when I landed in Ohio, it was like the perfect temperature. I was able to wear leggings and tennis shoes the whole time and a t-shirt, and then occasionally I would throw on like a fleece jacket. But for the most part, I had that fleece jacket on and a t-shirt and leggings. And it was freezing at Hale's headquarters. Freezing.
It was perfect.
I couldn't wait to just get out of there.
It was perfect.
And then I showed up to work today wearing t-shirts and shorts and flip-flops. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so comfortable. This is my kind of temperature where I could feel comfortable and I'm not freezing in the middle of summer. But yeah, that heat wave, I missed it. And I'm glad I missed it. Heat wave.
It was literally, it was Florida weather in Ohio. And then the following week, it was perfect. And then the past 2 days, it got really humid again. This morning, it was so humid. Every single, you know how much class is at Hale's headquarters, obviously. Every single window was fogged over with humidity this morning. And then this front came in, and now it's like 66 degrees outside. So crazy. So crazy.
Well, it'll make it easier for you to chainsaw the tree.
So Christian will be here tomorrow, so we'll patience, and we will be chainsawing. We did have a tree fall, and obviously living in the woods and having 12, having timber and huge giant trees everywhere, trees are going to fall. And praise the Lord, this one fell. This is no joke. I was sitting on the toilet. Were we on the phone or did I call you later? I think I called you later. I was sitting on the toilet and I was taking care of business in the office. And then all of a sudden I hear this loud noise and I'm like, was that me? And then I was like, no, it's George. George, I don't think you weren't home then when it fell, were you?
I think I was. This happened overnight, didn't it?
No.
You didn't discover it till the next morning.
I discovered the next morning you went to go hang out with Joey, and then you came back when I came back, and I was like, "Hey." I
remember in the morning, you're like, "Oh, tree just fell."
And oh yeah, I did tell you that. Yeah. When we woke up, I was like, hey, there's a tree that fell. You're like, where? And I was like, just look out the window. It's like literally on the window. No damage whatsoever. Awesome. And that is not the big news, but Christian and I will be chopping that tree up tomorrow for sure and taking care of business there. You want to, should we get into the big announcement yet? Or what do you think? You want to say anything else about Sergeant Dean, Lynette, Crook, little Landon, little Landon flicking people off underneath that ghetto sheet metal Death trap.
I do.
Little earring.
I do want to open up fan mail because I do have. Do you have fan mail that you want to open?
I do, but I think we should get into the big announcements. Don't you think?
We can.
Do you want me to start with my announcement and then you get into the biggest announcement of them all?
Well, the biggest announcement of them all is what you have to share.
No, your announcement is much, much bigger. Much bigger.
What would that be?
You know what it is, BBs. You know exactly what it is.
Okay, I do now.
All right, I'll start with the announcements. It's been quite a few intense weeks for myself and the What the Hales team. As a matter of fact, these past months, we have actually been pushing so hard to lead up to these 2 weeks, knowing that content creation, knowing that making videos and helping entertain and educate the individuals on the planet was going to be difficult at best. And things were just extremely, extremely intense. And so, number one, I want to thank obviously Deanna and George at the Florida ranch. They're keeping everything in accord and what's happening down there in preparation for some of this that I'm going to share with you here tonight. But the other big thing was I want to thank the Northern team as well, because without Christian and Patience and Kaylin, there's no way any of this would have gotten done. And Christian and Patience do not work weekends. They work Monday through Friday. Kaylin has been helping on the weekends to help push and get past this past 2 weeks. And none of it could have happened without them, which is one of the reasons why we were pushing to get that video done of that storage unit, which is epic, where I was struggling with heat exhaustion. And truly, I believe I was into heat stroke as well. I just did not pass out that time. I fought the passing out. And the pushing and the pushing and the pushing so hard was for the future of the What the Hales, what do you call us? The What the Hales brand.
Yeah, the What the Hales brand, and with our fun employment of our expansion of fun employment.
So we have a lot of goals, and you've heard me say this before. Those who write their goals down, 80% of those individuals actually achieve their goals, compared to 20% of people achieve their goals who don't write their goals down. And we have goals written down. We've said this time and time and time and time and time again, that one of our goals was to become licensed auctioneers and to run full-fledged auctions and to have an auction hall and house, and the list can go on and on. And so these past 2 weeks, Christian and I have been in auctioneer school. And so the next stage, the next level for What the Hales is 2 fully licensed, bonded auctioneers on the staff, on the team, with both Northern auctions and Southern auctions, with an auction house, auction hall, to where we can auction off your estate, we can auction off your home, we can auction off your firearm collection, we can auction off, you name it. We can auction off any collection. We can have in-person auctions. We can do anything online throughout the planet. Your imagination is the limit. Simulcast, we can do both together. And so Christian and I were spending 9 hours a day in auctioneer school, and it was intense. It was draining, and at the same time, I wish I was going there again tomorrow, because we were hanging out, and our buddy Roy was with us there as well with Avery's All In. And this is going to take their business up to the next level for Roy and Lisa. Very proud of them, and excited to see what they do with their business as well. And so, we joke all the time that Christian has all these licenses. He's a licensed pilot. There is nothing Christian hasn't done. And I literally went to Christian, and this is very long. This was a while ago. Okay. So I went to Christian and I said, "Hey, you want to get your auctioneer's license?" He's like, well, I was like, I'll pay for all of it. It's like, this is work related. The business takes on all the expenses. And I said, at a bare minimum, you'll have a license. And if anything ever happens, you can run a side hustle. You can say, I'm an auctioneer. You can do anything and everything. And Christian goes, you're paying for it? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. And so Christian, I, and then our buddy Roy were all part of the graduating class, which we graduated on Friday, where I did sell a lot. I ran a full auction. So did Christian as well. And those that are in the highest tier of members, you got to see the video today of Christian auctioneering and then myself auctioneering. And so I sold one of my lots. Our graduation day was a full auction. Every person in the class had to run an auction, bring in items to auction off. It was real auction, real money, real everything. And so I sold one of my items for my lots for $125. And it was to Aaron, and Aaron's from the Amish community and from Amish country, which most of you know I love. And so Aaron's wife made cookies, cookie bars, and a peanut butter pie. And I told George, I was like, I'm not letting him pay me $125 for that lot. I told George, I was like, you are buying that peanut butter pie for $125. Because George and Patience and Pepper all came to our graduating auction. We had a ton of fun.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
And so I told George ahead of time, I was like, because Aaron already bought my lot. And I told her, I was like, I don't want to make any money here. You know, you make sure you bid 125 on that peanut butter pie. So Aaron's up there auctioning off the peanut butter pie, and I'm bidding. Then George starts bidding, and then we're bidding against each other. And Aaron's like, I'm like, we're not together. Keep the bidding going.
Christian threw in a couple bids too.
And Christian already knows me. Christian knows what I'm going to do before I even do it. So Christian's like $100, which Christian was not going to pay $100. He just knew what I was doing. So Christian's throwing it up in there too. George and I went home that night. That was Friday night. So graduation night, that entire peanut butter pie was devoured.
It didn't have a chance.
Best $125 peanut butter pie ever. Amish homemade peanut butter pie. It was so good. I'm thinking about getting a hold of Aaron and seeing if we could buy another one of his pies. So here's the thing. He bought my lot. I was auctioning off some Olites for 125, and then I bought his peanut butter pie for 125, which washes it out. There was no money exchange. So we just went home with those things. And man, that peanut butter pie was so good.
It was really good.
So
Jeremy left me one bite.
So I brought her, I was like, do you want the pie? She's like, And I was like, well, I'm just going to taste it. Well, once I tasted it, I ate half the pie. It was a full-size pie. And then I brought it down to her. I'm like, George, you have to eat this pie. And she's like, nope. And so I was like, that's it? That's it? And then I was like, okay. And I started, if you guys have ever started eating something and you know you're not hungry, but it's so good, you just keep going. That's what happened to me.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I actually took a couple bites and then I said, do you want some more? And you're like, maybe later. So I put it in the fridge because it was starting to melt. And I thought that he would come back to the pie the next day and finish it. Nope. Like an hour later, he went to the fridge because he had the munchies.
It was so good. We were cuddling on the couch.
Ate the rest of it.
We were cuddling on the couch watching a movie, and she's like, "Where are you going?" She's like, "I'm coldy. Get back here, warm me up." I was like, "That peanut butter pie is calling me." What's up, baby? I was like, "What's up, peanut butter pie, baby?"
Yeah. So we were allowed. Jeremy was allowed. Everyone in the class was allowed to invite whoever just for the auction portion. And so I showed up for support. Patience showed up, and then Pepper showed up, and it was just a ton of fun. It was so much fun.
We were goofing around.
If you are the top tier member, you did see that video today, and you'll see me in it. Patience is the one recording, and then you see Pepper sitting on the table just playing with her car keys. And at one point, she's holding her And you can hear her like giggling.
And so for the future expansion of the What the Hales business, we now have 2 full licensed bonded auctioneers on the team. One for Florida, which would be me. And the beautiful part is Ohio and Florida for licensing are reciprocal states. So my license in Ohio is also good in Florida. And so, for example, you know how we have the civil protection orders, and state law in Florida and federal law says that it must be enforced in Florida. That's like reciprocal states, but except it has to be enforced everywhere. Well, the same with your auctioneer licensing. So if I'm licensed in Ohio, I go down to Florida and I automatically get a Florida license. So we now, for the expansion of the business, Christian will be our Ohio auctioneer, and then I will be the Florida auctioneer. Now, obviously, I can come up to Florida or I can come up to Ohio if needed for the expansion of the business here in Ohio. And then Christian can come down to Florida if we need to run multiple auctioneers. But we also have friends, and Roy was in the class with us as well. And you already know our buddy Rob as well. And so we have friends that we can do a ton fun things with. And I know what you're all thinking right now. You're like, that schoolhouse is going to be an auction house. It's always been a part of the plan from the beginning. When we first purchased it, it was always part of the plan.
And then if you rewind a couple years back, we always talked about how one of our long-term goals is to own one of our own storage unit facilities, and then to name it, instead of U-Hauls, it would be U-Hales. So that's always been a goal. And then I like when I watched Storage Wars, there was the auctioneer Dan and his wife, and she was the one that says, "Hey, the lady." Like, me watching another female being an auctioneer, and her cadence was so good and so fast, like that inspired me to want to be an auctioneer as well. And so that's what stemmed the whole idea years ago, like back in 2018, 2019. And so our goals are slowly starting to come into fruition. And so having the schoolhouse as an auction house was part of the plans. And this has been talked about with one of our other auctioneer buddies. And so I'm just excited that it's happening. And one of the reasons why I stayed behind is because there's so much to do here at the schoolhouse. And so that alleviates any work that Jeremy has to do. So when he comes back the following season, a lot of it, we're already ahead of the game.
Thanks, Harriet, and thanks, Amy. And so now people are going to go, well, George, is that why you were in Ohio? Were you there for auctioneer school? So George with auctioneer school, George had a number of different appointments and medical procedures that had to happen in Ohio. And so there was, unfortunately, this time around, she could not be a part of it. And as part of your licensing, you must be in all 85 hours. And so you can't miss any of it for your licensing. And George was going to miss too much. So it was me, Christian, and Roy, even though George had the opportunity but couldn't reschedule things. And so we just went with the normal schedule. And who knows, maybe someday in the future we'll have our own auctioneer school. So
yeah, I think I told Jeremy, I was like, you could 100% teach this class in the future. Like, that could be another goal too. And so I think between my doctor's appointments and my son's 25th birthday, it worked out perfect to where I could spend time with family and tackle the doctor's appointments, and then be able to attend the actual auction, which that was kind of a surprise for me. I didn't know about that until like a day or two prior.
Well, you thought you had an appointment that morning, and then you didn't have an appointment that morning. It's next month, and you're like, "Hey, do you want me to go to the auction?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead and go to the auction."
No, I'm talking about the auction with you being an engineer.
No, you knew that days before, like a couple days before when I found out. I was like, "Hey, this is going to be fun." I was like, "Why don't you come and we'll all have lunch together?" And I go to Christian. I was like, "You want Pepper to be, or you want Patience to be here?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Great, I'm going to make her be here." So, because Christian's been practicing nonstop and making patients help with practice. And the only way you get a better cadence is you keep calling. So for example, like I'm sure I can't even get into it right now, but 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 20, 22.5, 25, 27.5, 30, 32.5, 35, 37.5, 40, 42.5, 45, 47.5, 50, 52.5, 55, 57.5, 60, 62.5, 65, 67.5, 70, 72.5, 75, 77.5, 80. I'm at 10 who give me 20, 20. I'm at 10 who give me 20, 20. I'm at 10 who give me 20, 20. Now 30, now 40, now 50. I'm at 40 who give me 50, 50. I'm at 40 who give me 50, 50. I'm at 40 who give me 50, 50. Sold to the pretty lady in the restored glove. Baby, you bought it.
Baby.
No doubt, I think with the new licensing, but that both Christian and I have. So one of the things I shared with Christian, I said, listen, I paid for it. But I want you to feel free to go out and side hustle as much as you want with this license. You don't have to auction under What the Hales. So for the What the Hales sponsored auctions that we're going to run, then he is obviously going to auction under What the Hales, and he'll be in charge of all of that. And it's just another great thing, I think, on his resume. And he's so good at learning and just getting licensed. I mean, he can figure anything out. But I mean, what an exciting thing for Christian to be able to go out and, let's say the church wants to do an auction, and Christian can say, I'm a licensed auctioneer and I can run this auction for you for benefit for kids to go on a missions trip. You know, there's so many things he can do now with this, not just with What the Hales, but on his own. If he wants to go out and sell a piece of real estate, let's say he goes out and he sells a piece of real estate and there's commission. I mean, it's usually percentage based. I mean, the kid could make 50 grand by selling one house. And so,
or one aircraft.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt he would do those things. So I'm excited for him and what he's able to do with this, and for the expansion of the business, both in Ohio with live auctions and in Florida with live auctions. One of the things that George and I truly, truly love is auctions, live auctions, and everything's moving to online. And there's a lot of great things online, but we want that feel and camaraderie of a live auction house. And the schoolhouse gives us that capability. And it was one of the things that when we bought it, we went, this is an auction house. And then we learned the history that it actually was an auction house. They used that facility as an auction house because Otter Creek is the hub of Levy County, and everybody would come to Otter Creek at that building for an auction. I want to bring that back. That's history. That's heritage. I want to bring that back to Otter Creek. And so this is going to be a lot of fun for both Christian, for myself, for the entire What the Hales team as we continue to branch off and do bigger things in the scope of what we do. Many people think that what we do is try and fight corruption. Corruption started a fight with us. We're trying to finish that fight of corruption. We want to live our lives what makes us happy, and that's auctions. That's being surrounded by good people with lots of laughs. And the auctions are one of the greatest things in the world. Could you imagine, even if we had a benefit auction? We could do a benefit auction for Christmas in the Creek. There's so many things. This opens up so many doors and avenues.
It really does. I would like to do an auction for the Ark.
So we could do an auction for the Ark. If somebody in Florida says, Jeremy, can you auction off my home? I don't know about you, but I love competition. I love when the competition says, hey, you can either say my home I'm going to list it at this price, or you can have people competing and pay this price. And so, yeah, I'll be able to actually come and auction your home off. Christian will be able, Christian, you know what? I got to figure that out. Because I'm definitely getting my reciprocal license in Florida. I didn't ask Christian if he wanted to, which we probably should. We should have him licensed in both states too. Because if I need to call him down to auction and do 2 rooms, I'm going to need him auctioned. I'm going to need him his reciprocal license as well. So this is a good thing for the future of the business and the expansion of the business, and what we have always planned and has always been in the works. we're pretty clear with our goals. We tell you, hey, we want to be licensed auctioneers. We want to have storage units, and we don't have storage units yet. We're still buying them, but we haven't built them. Past couple of years, I keep telling my CPA, how we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And then we're in all of this ridiculousness of court. So there is nothing to build with right now. But live auctions are where the fun is. And we want to bring that history and heritage back to Otter Creek. And then we also want to utilize that in Ohio. So we're excited about that. But that's not the only big news. There's bigger news, way bigger news. Way bigger news tonight.
So another thing that I want to bring back, and not only myself, but it's
all the babes of What the Hales, all the baby of What the Hales.
We are bringing Boss Babes back, baby. It's going to be a lot of you guys know what Boss Babes is. You guys, if you follow Rob with Second Sense, every Thursday the guys get together and they just talk shop about auctions or their adventures for the week. And a couple years ago, the women did it where we would talk about auctions and then we would talk about different random things and just get the women together. And we stopped doing it because life got in the way and we just never got around to coming back to it. And so it'll be the Boss Babes that are coming back. It'll be hosted every first Wednesday of the month on Conky Flipping Adventures channel.
This is huge.
Noreen will be the one to host it. Other panelists for Boss Babes will be myself, Deanna, na.
All the babies of What the Hales.
It'll be Patience, and then it'll be Baby Pepper. Baby Pepper will be the mascot of Boss Babes.
I should call it #Boss Baby. I'm just throwing that out.
I kind of like # bringing Boss Babes back, baby.
Okay, I like that one too. It's a mouthful, but now that I'm a licensed auctioneer, bring Boss back, baby. Bring Boss back, baby. Bring Boss back, baby. Boy, that's a tongue twister. Bring Boss Babes back. Bring Boss Babes back, baby. I think I got it that time.
And then we'll have a special guest that'll hop on periodically. Rob's invisible wife. She's on board. And
yeah, that's awesome. By the way, Rob and Conky are going to be here on July 4th, and then we're going over to Mayor Dan's for fireworks. So we're having jumbo dogs. So all the guys are coming out July 4th, and then we're going over to Mayor Dan's.
I don't know what I'm doing July 4th yet, but July 4th is actually my 5th year anniversary of being fun employed.
That is true. It's been 5 years now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 years of being fun employed already.
5 years of telling me what to do every day.
So mark your calendars, y'all. Every first Wednesday of the month on Conky's Flipping Adventures. He's in the chat right now. If you guys have not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. It's free to subscribe at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's a huge announcement right there. Boss Babes is back.
We've got auctioneers added to the business. Boss Babes is coming back.
Man, there's a lot going on in the What the Hales realm.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good things. A lot of good things. I hope there's a hashtag.
Is that karma? Is that considered karma though?
Man, oh my goodness, karma is getting us again. Please, karma, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's too much. It's too much.
Yes.
I think karma got us, George.
Karma's got us again. Karma.
Karma got us again. I hope you guys are all excited for Christian. I'm more excited for Christian than I am for myself. Just a wonderful individual who not only do I employ, but I've come to love as family. And even though we're not blood, so many people think, oh man, that's his kid, must be his kids. No. And so Christian and Patience are not related either, except by marriage. They're not my children, but I'm excited for them. And I'm excited for Christian. I guarantee you all weekend, even though they don't work on the weekends, I guarantee you he's been practicing his chant all weekend. And so I more sing than chant. And so I kind of learned that I knew from the beginning. I always told George I wanted to be the singing auctioneer and not so much the chant. I always wanted to put music with it, and
He
so
was gonna play his guitar.
I've goofed around with the guitar a little bit. I've been goofing around with the guitar with the chant. I've also put some hip hop beats and goofed around as well. And there's been a lot of goofing around to figure out, how can I make this chant work even funnier in song. I'm still working on it though, but it's a work in progress. It's like a muscle. You have to work it out. You use it or you lose it. And so I'm excited for Christian, excited for the expansion, for all the fun that we're going to have with 2 licensed auctioneers on the staff, the ability to run on both online, but I mean, that's not even the emphasis. That's not why. It's for the live auctions. We now have the ability to run live auctions for anybody in the state of Ohio and Florida. That's a big deal. And Boss Babe's coming back. That's just like the icing on the cake.
It's gonna be awesome. And I'm excited for Christian too, because we're pushing him to do things that he normally wouldn't do. Because if you guys remember, he was just so quiet and reserved, and now he's just an open book, and he's expanding and he's growing, and he did so well during his
he did incredible
practice.
And I'm very proud of him. So obviously I'm not his father, but it feels like family. I've seen him grow so much and so much come out of his shell. And I've even shared that with the entire graduating class in auctioneer school. It's like, if you would have known Christian when I first met him, you could barely get a peep out of him. And now he's up in front of the class laughing and auctioneering. And I'm just sitting there going, man, he has grown so much, so much. And it's exciting to see that. It really is. It's really exciting.
And the crazy thing is, we were able to get Patience and Christian as employees full time because of COVID.
Yep, the craziest thing.
COVID has been a blessing and a curse at the same time.
And you know what the other crazy thing is? So many of you reach out to us and say, I have a problem. I have to sell everything in the house. What can I do? And now we'll be able to say, we can run a live auction for you. We can do it in Ohio, Florida. There are other reciprocal states as well, but currently we're only seeking the reciprocal license in Florida. But we will literally be able to come in and legally run a full live auction for you. If you say, man, I got to get rid of everything. And if we can't do it, we know the great guys, if our schedule is packed, we know other guys that can do it for you as well. And so it's very exciting. Very exciting.
It is. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Pumped. You ready to do a live sale tonight?
Do you want to do mail, or do you want to get right into the sale?
Oh, we could do mail. I don't have much.
Do you want to do yours first?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it without the mail song. Let's just run right into mail.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. This came directly from Amazon, and it looks like, oh, this is actually for Deanna. I ordered this for Deanna. I'm sure she won't mind me showing it.
Oh, nice. I like it already.
Bam! Now she has a Fun Employee t-shirt.
She didn't have one before?
No. Nope. Unless she ordered one and I don't know about it. She definitely has a half mil time to grill t-shirt.
And Baby Pepper got her Fun Employment onesie at the auction.
How much did
I auction that off for? Like millions of dollars?
I don't remember. This came from Signs, but there's no note in it. But check this out. These are customized plates. This one is...
Oh my goodness.
Otter Creek. And this one says Tube Town, Sunshine State. There's no note, so whoever sent those, thank you. And then I've got a letter from David Bauer. from Nevada. And then I have a letter from Marcia from Florida. Marcia.
Thanks, Tom Gibson.
Dream big, sparkle more,
Shine
shine
bright.
bright.
Shine bright
Shine
like a
bright like a
diamond.
diamond. Says happy birthday from Marcia. Aw, thank you. Thank you. And then I've got one more thing. One more thing. Give me just a sec.
All right, while you're doing your thing, we got this can't cook, won't cook. Autographed book. Can't cook, won't cook, autographed book. I have a feeling this is for me. And no note. But, George, why don't you tell him what I cooked today? We were on the phone when I did it.
Oh, he managed to feed himself, and he made himself a chicken wrap. Chicken and cheese wrap.
It went like this.
David Bauer sent a note, says, George and Jeremy, just a couple of dollars towards your lawyer fees from David Bauer in Henderson, Nevada. Prayers with you. Thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
We got $2. $2. No star note.
I too have problems with heat exhaustion. I love using these. Just soak in ice water for a couple minutes. Sandy Frisky. Whoops. There we go, Sandy. There we go, right there. We got Chillets Evaporative. Got quite a few of them. There's another one. Oh, man. And, here's cooling bandanas as well. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, those are game changers.
Thanks, Silver Stacker. So maybe once you get heat exhaustion, you're more susceptible to it. So maybe I can fight it now. That almost looks like ketchup red right there. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Yes. So the next package is from Phyllis Jones. Says enclosed are several items to add to your collection. I have enjoyed you all. Feel like you are a part of my family. I went from North Carolina to Vermont, took care of my mom for 7 years. She passed away 3 years ago. Aw, I'm so sorry to hear that, Phyllis. I was found with cancer during this time, but 2 years ago, her husband passed away. Wow. All kinds of loved ones passing away. So we have many mountains to climb. Thank you, Lord. He is with us all the way. God knows, God cares. I now live in Brooksville, Florida. A hop and a skip and a jump from Otter Creek. Maybe our paths will cross someday. And then she sent $4 for legal funds. And then she also sent this really cool art on slate. Look at that.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
Oleo painting on their tomb. They're doing the Santa, don't you know?
Got a chickens are outside. And then we've got, I think this is for you.
That's definitely for you.
That's for you.
I was passing out in the heat, not getting monkey butt. At least not yet.
And then, look, some Vermont tags. New Hampshire, another New Hampshire. And then we've got more plates in there. Let's show those real quick, see where those came from.
They came from all over the planet. North Carolina, Florida.
There's a dealer plate. Ooh, US&A.
That one came from the US&A.
Woo! Here's a looks like a turtle.
I'm getting PSTDs.
And then a couple more things. She sent these towels. This one says, "Hey lady, your bird feeder is empty."
That's exactly what's going on out here right now.
My pets make me breakfast. There's the eggs. And then the last one says, I don't drink coffee. I do drink coffee for your protection.
I've got this gift from Michelle Hoffert. You know what? This is the funny thing. If we mention anything, I mentioned I mentioned on one of the videos, I don't even remember which one, that we love these things. And when we're stressed out, we'll just use these head massagers, and that we love head massagers. And Michelle sent 2 more.
Oh, the tingling ones.
Yeah, if you've never used these, so here's what you do. Okay, I promise you, if you've never used, holy cow, there's 5 in a box in here. Holy cow! How many?
Whoa, one
That's
for every
4.
room.
Okay, well, I could put one in every room, or
The bathroom.
I could just use them all at. Oh, yeah! Oh man! Woo! Do I look like I just got a head massage?
Yes.
Am I going bald more?
No.
Yeah, right. So I don't even remember. I mentioned maybe it was in the storage unit one, because we probably found them, that we love these and we have these all over the house. So now we're gonna have more all over the house. All right, I got a few more boxes here.
Well, you could bring some of them bad boys to Florida, baby.
Okay, baby. Helen DePerry sent this from somewhere. Let's see what you got here. You got come on,
Hey,
sugar. Yeah. Peacock keychain. Little something something for the chickens. And a whole lot more for the chickens. Okay. Health and safety. Oh, yeah, common sense. Yeah, well, do you think I should take that one to Otter Creek? I mean, I come down in what, 2.5 weeks? Yeah. Oh wait, beware the chickens. Guard. Whoops. Slow. Ducks at play. Yeah, these are definitely going to Otter Creek. Okay. Let me see what we got here. Jeremy and George. Hi, Jeremy and George. I am from Connecticut. Oh man, there's a guy, a lawyer in Connecticut, that's in big trouble right now, and he's about to be in even bigger trouble. So keep your eye out for him. Jeremy and George, I'm Helen from Connecticut. I watch all your videos. I think you guys are amazing. I'm going to keep it short because I sent 3 boxes. You'll be opening them. You can show all of them on your live, except the one that says Bond for Fun. I hope you enjoy everything. Love, God bless, Helen. Okay. There's one that says something that I'm not allowed to open. Maybe this is from Alice in Texas. Okay, let's see what Alice in Texas sent. Alice in Texas sent a lot of awesome stuff. And George's favorite thing, empty boxes. Let's see what she said. Alice says, Jeremy and George, I've been watching your channel a few years, but now just letting you know, you both bring so much joy. Life happens, and I am on the liver transplant list. As I wait, I realize I'm getting braver. This is actually, I actually bid and I won the live auction and the collection #1 from June 16th. Wow! And I put together a hodgepodge of things that were just laying around my house. I hope you enjoy. Alice in San Antonio, Texas. P.S. Don't know why I saved the empty boxes, but I get so excited when you run across them that I'm giving them to you. And she said, "Dibs." We get excited with empty boxes too because they sell. And right now in our live stream, I think it's like on 10 weeks in a row. I wonder who this is for. Ice porcelain cooling neck fan, baby. Jeremy, I hope this finds you well with aiding in your hot work days, from Lynn Vince. Thank you so much, Lynn. Oh my gosh, you guys, you see one thing on the video and you guys send all kinds of mail. But I kind of want to peek at this thing.
That thing looks legit.
Legit? It definitely is legit. It's too legit to quit. I think I got to... Oh, no, you charge it. Oh, wow.
You probably have to charge it. It looks like it plays music.
I like it already. Yeah, I think it... Yep, it charges. It's USB charge. Wow. Oh my goodness, that is cool. Okay, I'm gonna work on. I'll charge that tonight. And Christian and I are cutting a down tree tomorrow, so I might have to use that while I'm chopping down trees. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Bigfoot for president. I'd vote for him. Otter nonsense. Well, that explains everything in Otter Creek. Chicken Daddy. Yeah, you know it. Ghost. This looks like a Ghostbusters. That looks like Ghostbusters right there.
Oh, yeah.
We got, what we got here? I hate my job. Oh, please. Huh. Toilet paper, white gold. We got a peacock to hang up. That's a peacock. Whoa! Oh, I think this is definitely one of the ones. There's a little. That's a Ghostbusters right there. This has got to be one of the 3 boxes she was talking about because that's a fart at your own risk. All fun and games till someone loses a wiener. Oh, I need this for Conky. I need that for Conky. Because that one year he lost his wiener, but that's all right. Noreen found it. Oh my, these are so cool. Oh wow, these are cool. Ghostbusters hide and seek book. Wow. Okay, this is cool. That is super cool. Is there a note? It's from Helen. It's from Helen in Connecticut. So I got the note on the other box. So we got 2 of her 3 boxes so far. Yep, we got 2 of the 3 boxes. Super cool. Thank you so much, Helen.
That was awesome.
That's all the mail I have tonight.
Okay. All right. So let's switch gears and go into our live bulk sale. If this is your first time attending one of our live bulk sales, first things first, make sure you are in live chat and not top chat, or I think it's called all messages, depending on which device you're watching from. This is super important. That way, myself and Jeremy, along with our moderators and everyone else at home, can see the live chat happening in real time as close as possible. This becomes important if you want to claim a bulk lot this evening. Our sales style is claim to fame. We do buy it now sales. What we do is we sell bulk lots to you. Jeremy will provide you with the buy it now price on each bulk lot, and then I will show the item, and our awesome moderator Flipping Adventures, who is Deanna, will type go in the chat, and then the first person to claim the bulk in the live chat is the buyer of that lot. So for example, let's say there's a lot going up for sale that's 100. Can you feel the difference?
Oh my goodness, it's amazing. This thing is awesome.
Now remember, you got to do it. You have to remember to do it before you start sweating and getting all hot and bothered. You want to make sure you're ahead of the game.
This thing is crazy awesome.
Don't wait until you're going to pass out and then put it on. You want to make sure you're ahead of it.
I might need this at the July 4th bonfire with the guys. That fire would be hot.
So let's say, for example, there's a lot going up for sale tonight for $100. The first person to put $100 in the live chat wins that lot, and then or buys the lot, and then you'll have an option of either being surprised, or we can show you some of the items in the lot. If there's issues with getting your chats through, try putting a $ in front of the claim it sale, the claim it amount, or maybe a $ after, or any type of other symbol.
I see Avery's all in now. Everybody congratulate Roy on his passing of auctioneer school as well. So we were talking about the big news auctioneer, and I'm very excited. what Roy and Lisa are going to be able to do with their business. It's going to be really cool.
The expansion. If you live within the United States, shipping is free. However, if you live outside of the United States and you want to claim a lot this evening, you're more than welcome to just know that there will be additional shipping costs. Those shipping costs vary anywhere between $50 and $200. It's all based on the weight of the package, the dimensions of the package, and where you are located in the world. Just know your country's custom laws and if there's any import fees. And then we ask all buyers to contact us immediately and send us your contact information to whatthehales@yahoo. We will display the email address on the screen before we go into the sale. And then Jeremy, along with our moderators, will remind you throughout the sale where to send your information to and what to send.
Thanks, David Edwards.
To send your real name, your YouTube profile name, your mailing address, your claim it amount, and the name of the lot to whatthehales@yahoo.com. And then either this evening or tomorrow morning, I will send an invoice via PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account in order to pay the invoice. You'll have the option of using either your bank card, which is your debit card, a credit card, or your PayPal account. Keep in mind that everything is sold as is. There's no guarantees. There's no returns. We sell the items off to you the way we find them, either in the abandoned storage unit or wherever we source them from. At the end of the sale this evening, we'll have 3 lucky winners that have a chance to win a free item. Excuse me. At the end of the sale, based on a trivia question. That trivia question typically comes from the least viewed video of the week. And so the first 3 people to answer the trivia question correctly in the live chat will be the winner of that free item. And then just as best practice, we recommend that you refresh in between every lot and then make sure you switch from top chat to live chat. That way it helps eliminate any glitches or if there's any lagging at home. Keep in mind that we are at the mercy of these glitches and these YouTube glitches that we don't have any control over. And then just a reminder, if you don't have intentions of paying for your bulk lot this week, please do not claim anything that will get you banned. We don't like to ban people, but it'll get you banned and you won't be able to participate in any future lives. So you got the text that I sent you with the list?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go get my first lot.
All right, here we go tonight with, thank you so much, Robert Schnell. Here we go tonight with Georgia's first lot, claim to fame. Do you remember everything is as is, no guarantees and no returns? Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 the very first person to actually put in the amount for that claim to fame will be the wiener, okay? And so you get to see it the same time I get to see it because I have no idea what she's done. But what I can tell you is the first lot tonight is $150. $150. And I forgot to open up another window, so I have to
this particular lot comes from Michael's collection.
So Michael's collection looks like, actually I'm not looking. I can't even tell you what it is right now. But if I was looking, I'd be going, man, that's awesome. What I would be doing. I'd go, man, that's super awesome. All right. And we have a winner already. Is it Dawn? It is. It's Dawn. And Dawn says it is. It's Dawn. It's definitely Dawn. Thank you, Gina. Gina said, Frankie H said he had 3 real gold watches in the lot he bought and got before from us. No doubt whatsoever. No doubt whatsoever. Looks like Dawn, and Dawn says surprise her. All right, Dawn, what you're going to do is you're going to send George George is going to change her name from George to whatthehales@yahoo.com, and you're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $150, and tell George it's tack pin lot number 1. Dawn, you know when she puts down number one, number two follows. You can't have lightning without the thunder. Right there, Dawn, whatthehales@yahoo.com. Dawn wins the first claim to fame lot here tonight, $150. Now, I can tell you this next lot is $151, and it's a number two. Not all number twos are good, but this one will be. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 George is going to start the show. And the first person to put in, Clint Weaver already did it. Flippin' Adventure said go, go, go. Clint Weaver was ready and went bam and said surprise me. Wow. Wow. All right, Clint. Didn't mess around at all. Clint, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $151. Tell George it's tack pin lot number two. All winners tonight are going to email right there on the screen, whatthehales@yahoo.com. I should be pointing at it. You can see things that I can't see. That's just the way the programming goes. But whatthehales@yahoo.com. And we had Dawn out the gate with number one. Clint, number two. You're going to tell George tack pin lot number two. Just a reminder, whenever you message us on any of our platforms, you will get an auto response because it is not humanly possible for us to respond to all the messages. And while we attempt to read everything, we cannot respond to everything. We can only respond to the most important things possible. But George will be sending out personalized invoices tonight. All right. The next claim to fame. Before you claim, know that everything in this lot is untested. Remember, everything is as is, no guarantees and no returns. And we're openly telling you we have not taken the time to test any of these things. The lot here tonight for claim to fame, $123. $123. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go. George has already started the show. First person to put in the chat, $123. You will be the wiener. You will be the wiener. And Flippin' Adventures just said go, go, go. She's on it. Flippin' Adventures said go, go, go. George has already started the show. Remember, free shipping here in the United States. Faith is the wiener. Faith Marcoletta. Faith, you know what to do, but I need to know, do you want to be surprised? Faith, do you want to be surprised? Do you want to see it? Do you want to be surprised here tonight? Faith, what you're going to do is you're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, I'm just waiting to see if Faith replies if she wants to be surprised or not. You're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $123, and you're going to tell George it's the electronics lot. And Faith wants to be surprised, George.
Okay, Faith, you'll get 3 flats.
3 flats of electronics. Faith, you can see the email address right there where George was in the screen, whatthehales@yahoo.com. For the next claim to fame lot here tonight, whoa. For you fans of, well, you're about to find out. $88 is what George wrote down. $88. Now, I have not seen what she's bringing up, but whew. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 George has already started to show. $88 is the claim to fame amount here tonight. $88. Clint is in. Surprise me. Just like that. Frankie H was in too. Boomdog was in, but it was Clint Weaver. Clint Weaver is the wiener tonight. Clint, you got it again. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount, $88, and tell George it is the basketball cards lot. Basketball cards lot. Wow. Normally she goes number 1, number 2. Must be a whole different thing coming up here. All right. Lot number 4 tonight. Lot number 4, claim to fame amount, $90. $90. All you who were claiming before, best be ready, because once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 it's
we
time.
We have not authenticated any of the signatures.
George says none of the signatures have been authenticated. We found them all. And bam! Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go. It's Boomdog at 90. Just like that. Frankie H tried to get it before Flippin' Adventure said go, go, go. It was Boomdog right after Flippin' Adventure said go, go, go. So Boomdog, do you want to be surprised? Boomdog, you want to be surprised with the football cards? Frankie H, you were early. Just a reminder, Boomdog goes, boom! Boomdog, here's what we need to know. We need your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, claim to fame amount of $90, and let George know it's the football cards. Football cards, as George already said, and Boomdog says he wants to be surprised. None of the signatures have been authenticated. They have all been found in storage units. You've seen us find them in storage units. George just called me, I think, a month ago and said, hey, can I put some of these cards in lots? And I said, yeah, I don't care. You guys have fun with the cards. I don't have time. I want to run me an auction house. Live auctions in Florida. It's going to be fun. Maybe we can get, maybe for the expansion of the business, we got to get a taco truck, George. You know I love me some tacos.
Okay. We can do that.
No opposition there. Okay. I don't like tacos. All right, next. Well, depends on what we're talking about. But next, claim to fame amount, $135. Do not claim. I know some of you are ready, like Clint. Do not claim until you see what this is, because I'm not even understanding what it is, and I have a sheet in front of me. Well, text to me. Do not claim until you realize what this is, because it looks really weird to me. Flippin' Adventures just said go, go, go. Flippin' Adventures said go, go, go. George is going to start the show.
What does GM stand for?
$135. $135. Clint's right on it and says surprise me. Oh my goodness, Clint. Clint just went right in, said surprise me. Just like that. Did you even show anything?
Yeah.
I wasn't on the screen. I couldn't see anything.
These are, I just showed some GM keys. These are all blank keys.
Clint, what you are getting is a key, a blank key lot for very old vehicles. There should be a ton of money in this, actually. And this is from a unit that we bought 2 winters ago in Florida. And we found 3 different urns of ashes. And so
you'll get 3 flats.
You're getting a ton of keys, Clint. So just a reminder, Clint, what you're going to do is you're going to share George. You're going to share with George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, claim to fame amount of $135, and then let George know it's the blank key lot. You have a big blank key lot. And if you individualize and sell those online, my goodness, you're going to do well. You should do extremely well, because those blank keys can now be cut for these vintage vehicles, which is pretty cool. Okay. I don't see George coming back yet, but I do know the next lot is $101. $101. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 George is going to start the show. Your claim to fame amount is $101. Flippin' Adventures just said go, go, go. Clint Weaver said surprise me. Clint said surprise. Right on it. Surprise. Clint's trying to clean up house tonight. All right. Clint's in it. And Clint, did you even show anything, George?
Yeah, I showed 2 things.
All right. Clint, this is the George, you're going to have to pronounce it for me.
Ephemera.
This is the ephemera lot. Okay. This is a rather large ephemera lot, and you're going to have a lot of cool things in there. So, Clint, you're going to go ahead and message George. I think Clint's won almost all of them so far. You're going to go ahead and message George. Clint's trying to teach you all a lesson. You got to be fast. We don't mess around. All right. So, Clint, you're going to email George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of 101, and let her know it's the ephemera lot. Okay. Clint, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be interested in this one, but for everybody else, it's $111. $111. See, Dawn got the first one tonight. Boomdog got a set of cards. $111 is the next one once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 which she just did. George is going to show. Robin Bray is in at $111. Robin Bray just won it. Robin, do you want to be surprised? Did you even show anything yet, George?
Yes.
Because I can't see anything on my screen.
When I showed these.
Robin said go ahead and show some. So, Robin, just a reminder, you're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address. You're going to let her know your claim to fame amount, which was $111. And this is the kitchen lot. So
assortment of assorted kitchen items. The tote's not included.
That's all brand new stuff, right?
No, it's both. There's some baking stuff in here. It's both pre-owned and brand new.
All right, I got you. So it's a mix. It's a mix of, yeah, that's probably used. Those go for big money.
IKEA. These are from IKEA.
Nice. Okay. All right. You know what to do. You're going to go ahead and send George an email right over there. whatthehales@yahoo.com. The next lot tonight. Oh, some Wilton in there too. Woo. Clint goes, yep, Jeremy, you were right. Hard pass on that one. I tried to help you out, Clint. Tried to help you out. I don't know anything of what she shows until I literally am reading it. All right, next lot tonight, $75. $75, Clint. I'm pretty sure this isn't up your alley either. But $75 once Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go. George is going to show. And, oh, there we go. There we go. Looks like we got a vintage tee there. Flippin' Adventure said go, go, go. $75 is the claim to fame tonight on this lot. All kinds of timber. Kimster's Creations is in at $75. Kimster's Creations in at $75. Kimster's Creations, do you want to be surprised? Looks like you got the clothing lot. Wow. Kimster's, do you want to be surprised? Some cool stuff here. You know, there's a lot of clothing that goes for a lot of money. Clothing doesn't get me excited. Remember, I'm a 10-year-old in a 47-year-old body. I love toys. Kimster says, go ahead and surprise. Kimster, just a reminder, what you're going to do is you're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $75. And you're gonna let her know it's the clothing lot. And I think she just showed a lot of that clothing right there. Okay. This next lot has been up for auction consistently for how many weeks now?
It's going on like 9 or 10 weeks now. It was paid for 2 weeks ago because we didn't have a sale last Sunday. So it was paid for by Dawn Gibson. She paid for it and said, donate it back and let's see how long we can keep this going.
So this makes number what? Who knows? 11 weeks. Ed C says this is 11.
Ed says 11.
All right. In succession, 11 weeks. So do not bid until you know what's going on. Just a reminder. Oh, now they're saying it's 12. This is a world record for What the Hales. This lot has been purchased and then donated back, purchased and donated back. This is number 12. All of these items are empty, but empty boxes bring money. And once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 George is going to show. This is number 12. Keep in mind, these are all empty. All empty. 99 is the number here tonight on this lot. 12th week in a row. Flippin' Adventure said go, go, go. All of these boxes are empty. Clint Weaver claims it at 99. Oh my goodness. Clint claims it.
And he says donate it back.
And he says donate it back for next week. All right, Clint. I saw that in the chat. Make sure you email that to George, okay? So, Clint, You're going to give your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame 99. Tell George it's the empty box lot. And if you want her to donate it for the next week for the world record, no, the planet record, it's going to be week 13 next week. I can't believe this. It's going to be week 13. Wow. Wow. Let her know in that email. I know, Clint, you're going to be emailing her with a bunch of other things as well. Okay. All right. We have 2 more lots here tonight. And if you pay attention, you know that George likes to end on the same thing every single night. We do this claim to fame. And the first claim to fame is $98. $98. Once George, and this is a number 1, and then we'll go into a number 2. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 George has already started to show. And so it is $98. $98. Clint Weaver nope, he didn't get it because Flippin' Adventures, it's Marcus. It's Marcus. Clint Weaver went before Flippin' Adventures said go, go, go. It's Marcus Lowenson. All right, Marcus, we need to know if you want to be surprised. I thought Clint was going for the sweep, and Marcus got it right after the go, go, go. Marcus, do you want to be surprised? Marcus says surprise him. All right, Marcus, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $98, and let George know it's DVD lot number 1. DVD lot number 1, which if we're all keeping track, we all know that number 2 comes after number 1. So this next claim to fame here tonight, $97. $97. Clint is got that trigger figure going, man. $97 when Flippin' Adventures says go, go, go. George has already started to show. Flippin' Adventures just said go, go, go. And it's Vito 1947 at $97. Got it. Vito, Las Vegas. Vito, Las Vegas. All right, Vito, we need to know if you want to be surprised. Vito, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $97, and tell George it's DVD lot number 2. You're going to send that right over there, whatthehales at yahoo.com. Vito says surprise him. So, surprise. I think George has some surprises for you tonight. We released some pretty big news tonight. Boss Babes is coming back. The biggest surprise for all of us. Excited to see the ladies get together and have a ton of fun. And then also Christian and myself have passed auctioneer school and now have the ability to expand the business in Ohio and Florida to run full live auctions from everything from a pew pew collection to a home.
It's pretty exciting stuff. I think growing and expanding.
You probably want me to come up with a question, don't you? I picked up the guitar without looking at the questions.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. All right, last question.
Okay, let me find it. Okay, I got it.
Russ the Sus complaint was closed because it was found to be legally what? I'm looking for a word. Legally what? They claimed it was legally what? What was the word?
I wanted to show the prizes, but I'll show it here in a second. I got my first winner. answers come in. I'm pretty sure I have my winners already, but keep going. Typing in your answers.
Lovey Vaughn said it was found to be legally moronic, just like him. So true.
Now, remember, we're looking for a specific term. So a lot of you are guessing, your guesses are good, but it's not the exact word that we're looking for.
It was in the document.
All right, I got my 3 lucky winners. Here's the prize for tonight. You'll have the option of either getting a peel-off football card. Here's Dan Marino. Here's a Dan Marino peel-off football card. That's option 1. Option 2 is Wesley Walls. It's a peel-off football card. Wesley Walls. And then the third option is Jeff George, a football peel-off card. And so the first person to answer the trivia question correctly with the answer insufficient is Nicole Rogers. Congratulations, Nicole. Let me know if you want Dan Marino, Wesley Walls, or Jeff George.
Go for Dan Marino.
Second person to answer the trivia question correctly with insufficient is G.A. Bunny. Congratulations, G.A. Bunny. Let me know what your first and second choice is. And then the third person to answer the trivia question correctly with the correct answer of insufficient is Sadie's mama. Let me know what your first, second, and third choice is of tonight's giveaway. Congratulations, you 3. Make sure you email me at whatthehales@yahoo.com. Let me know you are the winner of tonight's trivia.
Thank you, Christine Roman Noodles. By the way, your love package of food that you sent, I actually took that into auctioneer school, and so you blessed more than just me. You blessed the entire class, and they were like, "Where'd all this food come from?" And I went, "It's just a little love from somebody who loves us dearly, and no doubt would love you too." And so, thank you for being a blessing to so many.
Yes, everyone loves a good snack. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in from all over the planet. We hope you enjoyed our live stream and that you'll tune again next Sunday. We try to release a pre-recorded video every day, Monday through Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then we go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
'Cause we moved into I think you should sing the closing tonight.
I'd better not.
I moved into a town with no one around, all to get away from the snow. Put in a 2-inch line where everything was fine until they tried stealing all my dough.
I want to thank all of our awesome moderators for helping us out in the live chat, dropping links, and answering any frequently asked questions. We appreciate you guys so much.
Mary was in town hall. She can't do math at all. Just kept calling the law. Do you think Mary called the law more or Lynette?
Lynette. Hands down.
Sending emails to Worm, hoping he'd confirm no one would know all her flaws.
Thank you to everyone that sent super chats, super sticker donations. We truly appreciate your continued love and support.
Now Lynette and John, they're running their con, trying to get any money they can. Everything around them dies, then she fake cries. They'll end up by a river in a van.
Thank you to everyone that became a What the Hales member this evening, anyone that upgraded their memberships, and anyone that gifted memberships. It means so much to us. If you were gifted a membership this evening, be sure to thank the ones that gifted it to you. It happens at random via YouTube.
There were signs all over town. Now they're taken down. Everybody knows who done it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. They're living in a shed with no permit.
And now with more people, thank you to everyone that sent fan mail. We love opening up your gifts and reading your notes, your special notes. It means a lot to us.
Russ is texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show. We always wanted fame, now they know our name. In the meetings, always vote no. They're all making threats. Fans are taking bets. Who'll be the first in jail? Mary, Russ, or John, Lynette or John. We just know it won't be what the Hales. 'Cause I'm moved into a town with no one around. All to get away from the snow. Put in a 2-inch line and everything was fine. Until they tried to steal all my dough.
Say goodnight, Jeremy.
Good night, Jeremy.
Good night, y'all. We love you. See you next time.